Guys, since we put up our pictures of our black pearl offspring, I've had a lot of people asking us about the history, the genetics, and whatnot. So I decided to make a video, show you the animals we're working with. You could also learn a little bit more about this if you go to Sosabek's World of Reptiles. I know Matt just did a video about this too, so please watch that video also. There isn't that many of us working with these, so to be honest with you, the genetics is still a little up in the air. Was first originally thought to be a dominant or co-dominant morph from a breeder overseas in Poland, but a breeder in Canada, I think we can all say it's the urban gecko, urban reptile. They did take a big stake in the black pearl and did sell some of them, and went out to various breeders, and this project has become either the holy grail, if you will, or you know, the biggest sham in leopard gecko history. Depends how you look at it. But we do have a group of them. Obviously, we do have babies we'll be posting up. We got our group from Paul Allen, which we've talked with a lot about the black pearls. He does believe they're recessive. We did show him pictures of our babies. He does believe they are in fact black pearls. There are a few subtle keys to look for in the offspring, and that's what we're going to show you today. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. First, I'll show you. You can just stay there, Sean. I'll bring them out. I'm going to show you the small group we're working with. This is the male, and I really do think that Matt summed it up the best when he said they're like mood rings. Sometimes they're really dark, and sometimes they're really light. This is a hypo. Obviously, the hypo is in there. Whether or not, you know, I do think once we could get that hypo out of there, it's going to be a better morph, if you will. But again, this is going to take a lot of work. It's not, you're not going to have an all black gecko overnight, which is kind of what was promised, and why people didn't really want to jump on this bus for this project. So that's the male. I'll put him back with the male rack. Now, Paul Allen believed that these were a recessive morph. So this was our het black pearl. Now, mind you, she's laid a lot of eggs, so yes, her tail's a little skinny, but that really doesn't look anything much different than a normal leopard gecko, maybe a little bit high yellow. Interesting spots here in the middle, but that's about it. I mean, you probably wouldn't, you know, if you saw this gecko somewhere, wouldn't think it was anything more than a $20 normal, but this gecko is in fact the gecko we hatched our two black pearls from. So obviously something there. This is the more interesting animal. I hope that's picking up because it is a dark animal. It's showing all right on there, Sean. Mm-hmm. I could put it on a white background too. You know, let's put it on a white background. Stay right there. I'll get a paper towel. All these animals have been shown on a black background, which I think it doesn't really show them off correctly. This is them on a white paper towel. It's definitely a really dark animal. This would not be mistaken for a normal. So I'm not going to mess with it too much. They're just about to lay another clutch, so put them back in there. We'll show you the couple babies. Oh, here we go. This is the offspring. This one was hatched on the 15th of this month. It's really small. Note the white bands on the tail have a smoke gray appearance, and the whole gecko just has these little black dots kind of streaming through the bands in the back of the head. But the way Paul had described it to me is that the black and gray smoke in the white bands is a dead killer. That's a black pearl. Let me go grab the other one. Now, this animal was born on the 26th of April, so it's a little bit bigger. It's had its first shed. Definitely a lot darker. It's already, the tail has gotten, that smoke gray has turned into a black. The head, the whole aurora of this whole animal is just darker. I'm sorry, it's very difficult to capture this on a on camera, but trust me, it's a black gecko. I mean, not all black, but the dark is actually a lot darker than the rest. He's not going to stay still long enough for this camera to really focus, so I do apologize. There we go. You can really see that black. Look at the tail. Look at the bands in that shot. Really dark coming through there. Now we're going to keep you updated as these things grow and they shed. Just hang out right there, buddy. So as they get bigger, we're going to take progressive shots. There's also charcoal blood here from Jeff and Jeff over at JMG. Is it the charcoal playing games here? Because from what I understand, that's sort of a line bred. They've been working at it for quite some time. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Jeff, if I am. But from what I've heard, it's a line bred deal. So maybe this is a little bit of the charcoal coming out in there. I don't know. All I do know at this time is I bred two animals that were supposedly het for black pearl, hatched out two remarkably different, darker animals. The siblings look like normal leopard geckos. Their tails were bright white. The bands and tails, I'm sorry, were bright white. The bands behind the head and the yellow was yellow. So there's a slight difference. We're going to keep you updated. I just want to do this really short video just because we had a lot of people asking us, you know, about this project. There's a ton of interest. Like I said, either love it or you hate it. Either way, it's one of the most interesting projects out there at this time. So if you have any questions, just comment below. We'll be watching this so we can get in there and comment at everything we know. From the get-go, when we started this business 10 years ago, we were a transparent company. We were not here to hide anything, and we were going to share all the results from what we find with everybody else. So this time I cannot say dominant, co-dominant, recessive. All I can tell you is how it's acting. We've only had 4 babies. It's not like we have 20, 30 of them hatched out here. We have a bunch more come on the way, so hopefully we'll have more info for you, and we will keep updated with these hatchlings that are already out. So comment below, guys.